What's up, dorks? Welcome back to Thrash Talk here on Multi-Metal Media. I'm Steve. We did change the name of the channel, and honestly, that's too big of a hassle for me to go into why we changed the name of the channel, so just roll with it. Just go with it. We're a new name now. It's better. And today, we're talking about the Oblivion Archetype. Formed in early 2019, the Oblivion Archetype is a melodic death metal band based out of Chicago, Illinois, consisting of a nerd, a very short nerd, a nerd that just so happens to be a Viking, and Corey. Pretty sure he's also a nerd too, honestly. One thing that I do want to get out of the way now, even though I'm going to kind of talk about it later on too, is that it's hard to bring up the Oblivion Archetype without talking about two other bands. JD and Corey have both been a part of Bastillion for about 3 or 4 years now. Gonna be honest, I was too lazy to look it up. And Matt, JD, Roger, and Aaron were all a part of fucking Society's Plague for about 13 years, except for Aaron, who was only there for 2 of it, but I don't judge him for that. Aaron's a good kid, be nice to him. And I wanted to include those in this video really bad, but the video would have ended up being about 45 minutes long, and most of that would have just been me talking about Society's Plague. So I figured that it would be best for me to just push Society's Plague off to the side and just do a retrospective video on them at a different time, because I'm not sure if Society's Plague is ever going to actually be a band again. So, for now, we're sticking to the Oblivion Archetype. Don't you fucking at me, losers. So now that we've got all the admin stuff out of the way, let's talk about the main reason we're all here. The music! Okay, so as stated earlier, the Oblivion Archetype got started around April or May of 2019, and when I say they wasted absolutely no time, I mean that it took them a few months to get some music out there, but that's to be expected. But in October of 2019, they graced us with their very first single, The Ascent, the song you've been listening to in the background this entire time, and it was a fucking banger. I mean, seriously, like, the Oblivion Archetype, y'all did not have to go that hard straight out the gate, giving us that stabbing the drama era soil work type of shit that I am just here for. Y'all didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it, and thank you for doing that. But The Ascent is only one of 5 songs, which leads us into talking about Ballad of Golden Stone. So on May 29th, the cursed, tempestuous dickhead of a year that 2020 was, the Oblivion Archetype decided to grace us with something good, and by good I mean fucking amazing, and that was the Ballad of Golden Stone. And I just want you guys to appreciate that album artwork. That album artwork, that's how you do album artwork. You can have your galaxies and your fucking stars with your gent bullshit. You can have your giant monsters destroying cities. You can have your unintelligible slam nonsense. But that is how you do album artwork. It's simple. It gets the point across. It sticks to your memory. You can commit that picture to memory very easily, and you will remember it. And that is how this band will stick in your memory, other than how fucking good the music is. This EP is probably the best thing released in 2020. I don't know, I didn't make a top albums of 2020 list because I kinda suck. But enough of me gushing about this great album artwork, which, yeah, great album artwork. Fuck yeah, Aaron. Aaron did that. Gold stars for Aaron. But now we have to move on to the music, which is why, you know, people are gonna pick up an EP. No one's gonna buy an EP solely for the album artwork. I've done that. But anyway, you have Where the End Begins, which is where the EP begins. It's great, like, kind of subverts your expectations at the beginning, making you think you're just in for some of the same old with the piano intro, before JD completely fucks you with some blast beats, and it's just organized chaos from there on out. That song has some of the best melodies I've ever heard in it. You get to Vision, which has the soaring, over-the-top Swedish melodeath choruses. Eulogy, which kind of shows that Roger is the fucking man. That song has one of my favorite solos of all time in it, and it's probably my favorite. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. It's not probably my favorite. It is my favorite. And then you get to The Ascent. We've already covered that. Great way to introduce everybody to what this band has in store, and it's just an awesome song. And then you get to The End. Last song on the EP. Again, just continuing on from everything that came before it. And you kind of get a little mad after this song ends, because your initial reaction is, wait, that's it? I want more. Give me more. I need more of this. Put it right here, please. But Ballad of Golden Stone, to me, is just a solid 10 out of 10, and I give it a 10 out of 10 because it's, well, honestly, I'm being a little bit biased. Let's be real here. And it's just a really good way to show what these guys have in store for you, what these guys have planned for the future. This is an excellent first release, and a lot of times people are going to look at your first releases and they're going to compare everything to that first release. And so everything else that comes after this has like a huge set of shoes to fill. And you know, the Oblivion Archetype, they could have just said, yeah, we released a good EP, let's take a break. But did they? Absolutely fucking not. So not even a full year after A Ballad of Golden Stone was released, the Oblivion Archetype said, hey, you know what? Those big shoes that Steve mentioned just like a minute, maybe under a minute ago, let's go ahead and let's have to buy some new shoes because our massive feet are too big for these fucking shoes. And they released a Slow Burn, which a slow burn is just another step forward, more growth, more progression. They threw more influences in on this because Matt, for some fucking reason, just decided, hey guys, I'm gonna do black metal vocals in this song, and it's fucking sick. It's really sick. Listen to a slow burn. Pause this video right now, and go listen to a slow burn and tell me that's not the nastiest shit you've ever heard. And this song kind of brings to light some of the issues that I had with Society's Plague in the past. Because Society's Plague, yes, they're one of my favorite bands. I'm always going to love that band whether they're around or not. But they tend to overdo things in Society's Plague. Like almost every single song had a breakdown, which lessened the impact of it when it happened. Almost every song had a solo, which lessened the impact whenever it came about. With the Oblivion Archetype, they have learned to use these things in moderation and sprinkle them into the songs where they need to be. The breakdown in the slow burn is gross, it's excellent, and there's like some build up to it, so you kind of have to wait for it. So when you get that breakdown, it's just like, all that serotonin just goes right in your fucking skull. It's awesome. The solos, like with Eulogy, it's perfectly placed. It's there where it needs to be, and it fits the song, and the impact of it means so much more, knowing that every single other song doesn't have 2 or 3 elongated solos just shoehorned in there. And that's why I love the Oblivion Archetype so much, because they looked at their past. They looked at those 13 years of expectations that have been placed upon them and shattered those expectations and made you take notice to say, this is not the same thing we had before. It's something that is objectively better. And it's something that's moving forward. They're not sticking to the same formula. They're continuing growing as musicians, and that's what I love. Whenever one band stops and another starts, it would have been so easy for them to just teach Corey all the Society's Plague stuff and just continue on as Society's Plague 2 Electric Boogaloo. But they did not do that. They've become a different entity. And yes, you can look at these guys and say, okay, there's a lot of things in the Oblivion Archetype that Society's Plague has. There's a lot of things in the Oblivion Archetype that Astillion has. Oh yeah, and real quick, Corey's the fucking man too. Don't think I'm trying to like gloss over Corey at all. Man's an excellent fucking guitarist who brought a lot of this stuff that I'm talking about to the table with the Oblivion Archetype. Dude's an excellent mind, an excellent musician, and just he fits with these guys so well. And it's great because when you start over a band, when you start a new band, it's so hard to find people that you genuinely click with. And these guys got incredibly lucky where, you know, 3 of them had 13 years of experience together, and then you have Aaron and Corey brought into the mix who'd only been around for a couple of years, but they just clicked with it. And it's so great to see a band start from scratch and not struggle and not suffer and not have to constantly think that they're not living up to expectations. I can sit here and firmly say that the Oblivion Archetype is just a solid 10 out of 10 in my book. As of right now, that's Bert, my bad. Not editing that out at all. You gotta deal with that one. But they've taken the expectations and shattered them. And I'm so excited to like hear the rest of what they're releasing after they release the Slow Burn. I did talk to Matt. He said it would probably be a late 2021, early 22. Early, but yeah. late 2021, early 2022 release for their new stuff, and I'm just so excited to hear it. So I guess that's enough of me unashamedly gushing about a band that I really enjoy in front of a GoPro that's hooked up to a laptop. What do you guys think of the Oblivion Archetype? Do you love them? Let me know down below. Do you hate them? Please figure your fucking life out if that's the case. Do you like Society's Plague or Stillion? Let me know down below. I really like musical discussion, and that's kind of why I do this YouTube nonsense, so I can talk about music. But anyway, guys, hopefully I'll be back on a schedule of uploading these videos. Life kind of sucks, prevented me from doing it for a while, but now that life kind of sort of doesn't suck anymore, I should be able to get more of these done so you guys can hear me talk about cool bands, and hopefully you guys can find some cool bands to listen to. If you did enjoy this video, though, I do invite you to subscribe, hit the little thumbs up, and share this video with your friends so that you guys can hear me talk about music. But until then, guys, I want y'all to stay safe, look out for each other, and always remember, I'm Stephen Jeffries, and you're not. Catch you guys later.